Have you ever been starving?
Well, kidding? The way I love food?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I can't say starving though, but oh my goodness, have I been hungry and I've had cravings.
Cravings, I believe.
Oh yeah, dark chocolate, dark chocolate, dark chocolate.
I haven't really been starving, but I really have been thirsty.
Oh, I know. Don't you hate it when you're thirsty?
Beyond being the college athlete that really wanted to suck some water back, there was a time we were in Kenya as a family, and it was 104 degrees, and
oh, and that's that dry heat.
And there was no water around, and we had to boil water to actually drink it, and it was hot water we had to drink to keep from being parched.
Okay, that is nasty.
Yeah.
Hot water when it's hot outside.
Yeah. Okay, but whether it's starving or whether it's thirsty, there's a new epidemic across North America. There's a growing group of people that are starving. People are starving for sex.
Okay, I need to tell the professionals something here. Hun, that's nothing new. That's been for a long, long time now.
No, you get it. No, I'm talking about people within their marriage are starving for sex.
Oh, okay, maybe. You don't have to convince me.
No. I mean, after all, you look at anyone listening, what guy would not say, my marriage is starving?
Okay, there you go stereotyping, and I do not like it when you do that.
I know. Okay, hold on now. Time out. Have you ever heard a guy said, we've got too much sex in our marriage?
Okay, not today.
See, I doubt that. But have you ever said, a woman said, no, I don't need any more sex?
Okay, let me tell you something. No, I haven't, but I have
Neither
heard
have I.
more and more women saying that they need more sex in their marriage. I mean, that number is growing.
Yeah.
It's like the secret's out.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this. Yeah, understand that 1 out of 3 couples are facing what we call...
Did you hear 1 out of 3? Like, that's a lot of people.
They're facing low sexual desire within their marriage. It's a growing problem.
Yes, it is, and we don't want you to be part of the growing problem. So we want to talk about it because we don't want your marriages doomed.
Yeah. And even if you're single here, what it'll do, it'll help you set up what it's going to be great in a marriage down the road, if you look at it that way.
But for the sexually starved couple, you need to listen up.
Because we're going to help you really whet that appetite. You stay with us. I can't believe it. Another show. We got this show on sex, okay? And I can't believe what a worse way to ruin a marriage than have a sexually starved marriage.
Yeah, guaranteed ho-hum, blah, 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 sex.
Okay, blah, 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 sex. What is blah, 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 sex?
It's blah, blah.
Okay, well, while she gets over the blahs, okay? Listen, here's the deal. We got a desire in our hearts to try to help you solve this disagreement between you guys in your relationship and your sexual appetites.
Yes, and so we have relationship expert and author of The Sex-Starved Marriage. Welcome, Michele Weiner-Davis.
All right. Good to have you, girl. Oh, this is great.
Okay, Michele, right off the bat, in your book, you say that sex-starved has nothing to do with frequency.
Absolutely not.
And I got confused from there.
I know,
right there.
I'm going, really?
Well, let me tell you what it is. Sex-starved marriage is one where one spouse is desperately longing for more touch, more physical closeness, more sex, and the other spouse is thinking, what is the big deal? Would you just get a life? But to the spouse yearning for more touch, it's a huge deal,
right,
because it really is about feeling wanted.
So is the crux is the fact that it's trivialized, that it, you know what I mean, that they're made to feel ridiculous that they have this desire?
Absolutely, and with a person who's really wanting that more touch, it's really wanting to feel wanted and loved and respected and close and emotionally close to the other person.
Now that's all well and good. I got it. But we teased about it in the banter, okay? Like I mean, how can, sexual starvation have little to do with frequency? I mean, every guy wants to say, hello, come on, is she really an expert? I mean, what's the book about? Like, how do you get by that?
Well, unlike vitamins, which have daily minimum requirements, there is no such thing for couples in terms of sex. But when one spouse is really feeling like the other one doesn't love them, doesn't care for them, isn't attracted to them, what tends to happen is intimacy on all levels drops out.
Yeah, it affects far more than just the sex life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. So they don't sit next to each other on the couch, they don't laugh at each other's jokes, they stop being friends. And when that happens, it really places the marriage at risk of infidelity and divorce.
Okay, but Michele and Dave, don't most people like it? I mean, they think of it like vitamins because they all go to the statistics. Okay, but we should be at least having sex, 2.4 times every 10 days.
I've worked with couples for a couple of decades, and what I've discovered, what works for one couple doesn't work for the couple down the street. So you can't go by statistic. It really is what happens in your own bedroom.
Okay, but now we're going to talk about this whole idea of high desire, low desire, okay? And I'm thinking, is this a continuum? We're trying to talk some average here now? I mean, and does it
And
change?
is it male, female?
Yeah.
You know, one of the interesting things in the book, The Sex-Starved Marriage, I devoted only 5 pages to the special challenges when a woman has higher desire. And I was inundated with emails and letters from women saying, Michele, thank you so much for writing about this, because I thought I was the only one in the world whose husband wasn't chasing me around the living room.
Yes.
I am convinced that
You were chasing him is what you're saying?
No, I wasn't chasing
I just
him.
want you to say that on national TV.
I wasn't doing
Okay,
it.
well, it's equal then. Okay.
No, but I'm convinced that low desire in men is North America's best kept secret. It's that men are so ashamed to talk about it. They don't talk about it with their wives. They won't go to doctors. And women think they're the only ones in the world who are suffering from this.
So it's a private pain.
Absolutely.
That they're living.
Very, very private. And imagine the frustration of a woman trying to get her husband to be closer to her, and he won't talk about it and he won't get help for it.
Yeah, okay, now we got a situation though with, as I think of women that may have a low sexual desire, I think of low connection, I think of low sense of relationship, low sense of being valued, so less desire in the bedroom. It's pretty close, isn't it?
Well, what tends to happen very often is women need to feel close and connected emotionally before they're interested in sex. And very often for men, it's the other way around.
Totally.
They need to feel physically connected before they want to invest themselves in talking and spending time together. So what happens is both parties wait for the other one to change, and that's a deadly waiting game.
Okay, so is there such a thing? Is every relationship and every marriage a high desire and a low desire? Or can you have 2 high desires, 2 low desires?
Well, believe
Two low desires is almost a divorce, right?
No,
well,
because
if they
they're
agree,
contesting low
absolutely,
desire.
absolutely. You know, all marriages have ebbs and flows in terms of their sexual
that's what I was
desire.
just
So
gonna say,
people need to
because-
know that there's nothing wrong with them if they go through periods where there's trouble in the bedroom. However, when it's really a pattern in the relationship where there's one person who's desperately hungry and the other person is saying, no way, and I don't get why you're so, infatuated with this, that's when there's a problem.
Okay, so it's that definite idea that one spouse is bringing it up, they're dissatisfied, and then the other one is not responding to the dissatisfaction.
Yeah, it's that disinterest part, right?
That's right,
It's
and no empathy.
Yeah, and I really don't want to address this.
Exactly.
So I'd rather not even talk about it. Don't pressure me. But it's not so much pressure to sex, it's pressure even to talk about it.
You know, Dave, you hit the nail on the head, because the truth is, not necessarily out of maliciousness, but the person who has lower desire in marriage tends to control the sexual relationship.
Right.
If they don't want to, it doesn't happen. And it's really an unfair and unworkable arrangement, because again, they're expecting their spouse to not complain about it and then also be monogamous. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure because the least common denominator calls the shots.
That's exactly right.
Okay, now let's go to the website, marriageuncensored.com, and you can take our quiz on how to determine what's behind your sexual apathy in your marriage. You stay with us.